Hi, guys. Justin here from Comic Sense QC. Let's talk about the hottest thing in comics right now.
I have no intro music. This is what you get. Maybe to be great. Who knows? Hey, what's going on, guys? It is a lovely 6:50 p.m. on Friday. I figured I noticed some things today. I thought I'd catch up. Let's throw this up right away from Bleeding Cool, because good news comes from there, I guess. Comic book publishers versus Diamond, and what's up with Steve Geppi? I have a very low opinion of this man because he had a stranglehold, a monopoly on the comic industry for what? 30, 35 years. And with stupid decision after stupid decision, it's completely fallen to shit. I was actually stumbled upon this article because I every week I check to see if there's any update to what's coming out from Diamond, like what's being shipped to the store. And I mean, those of you guys who don't see it every week when my orders come in, last time I got a Diamond order, it was for like 10 books, and they were in a cardboard mailer and they were trash. It was all independent. I filed for all of them. It's just that's who they are now. They're a shit company that does the bare minimum to get by. But then again, there's nothing left. There's nothing left of Diamond. I went through this in the 90s. My father worked for a company, and they went through one of those situations. And then the people that came in and bought the company, all they did was, it was a liquidation sale. So they go and they buy the company for pennies on the dollar, and then they just start cutting all the things off and selling off piece by piece. I don't know what's going on with this, but let's dive into this, and you guys might be able to get an idea of what is going on in the comic world. Now, granted, everything I tell you today, there's going to be some speed bumps. I know there's some people out there who like, different smaller independent companies, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure we get those books. I just hope those companies don't go under. I hope they can find a home at Lunar or at Penguin Random House. We'll see. But comic book publishers versus Diamond, and they should. What's up with Steve Geppi? A tale of two comic book publishing groups versus Diamond comic distributors, and okay, we got that in the title. There are two main groupings of comic book publishers who are filing paperwork against Diamond Distributors Incorporated, the debtor in the current bankruptcy action, over the plans to sell consigned inventory owned by the publishers, but being sold off to benefit the banks who have funded the Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings so far, such as JP Morgan Chase and the company. So what this means is, say a company like Dynamite, okay? They send all their books to Diamond with the promise that those books will be distributed out to the comic book stores, and then the sales from those will go back to Dynamite. That's what a distributor does. You provide the product gets sold out, and then the money comes in. Well, according to this, Diamond is selling all of the extra stuff they have laying around, and instead of paying the people that they got it from, they're giving the money to somebody else. That's crooked as shit. Sparkle. The first of the ad hoc company consignors, made up of Ablaze, American Mythology Productions, Avatar Press, Battle Quest Comics, Action Lab Drama, Quarterly Fantagraphics, Green, Ronin, Hermes Press, Living the Line, Paizo, Udon, Zenscope, yada, yada, yada. The second is the consignment group, led by Dynamite Entertainment. So this is the consignment group, and we've already heard about Dynamite, including Aspen, Black Mask, Distillery, Heavy Metal Magazine, Magnetic, Massive, Oni, Panini, UK, Alien Books, Graphic Mundi, Titan Comics, and Vault Comics. So you've seen a lot of these companies now, and they are jumping ship. They're going. They're trying to get their books out as fast as they can, so that they can recoup some of this money that's out there. So, they're waiting for Diamond to pay them. Diamond's not paying them, so they're sending their books somewhere else. We're getting things like Titan and Vault and Dynamite and other stuff. We're getting that through Lunar and etc. And then it looks like they're suing for their piece of the pie, hopefully. So what are they up to right now? Well, the ad hoc committee has just served Sparkle Pop and JP Morgan Chase with a subpoena to testify at a deposition, as well as requesting documents and the right to submit interrogatories. I really hope I'm saying it right. I have a lawyer friend out there who probably never sees my videos, but written questions to be answered under oath. Okay, from Diamond Comic Distributor. So I'll say it again. As well as requesting documents and the right to submit written questions to be answered under oath from Diamond Comic Distributors Incorporated, the debtors in the bankruptcy case. while the consignment group are also requesting documents from Diamond Comic Distributors Incorporated, as well as the right to conduct interrogatories as well. So basically, everybody wants to know what's going on, which is basically, I think they're just trying to follow the money. But I have also learned, this writer has also learned, we've also learned the consignment group will be directly pursuing Steve Geppi, and that, as they should, because this man had a fucking kingdom, and he just shit all over everybody. I mean, how you had a monopoly on the comic industry, basically distribution rights to everything, and you shit the bed. How do you shit the bed? It makes no fucking sense. Steve Geppi, the former founder and owner of Diamond, and still the owner of the likes of Gemstone Publishing, which I did not know, because they believe that if the sales of Diamond Comics, Alliance Gaming, Diamond Select Toys, Diamond UK are not sufficient to cover the loans from JP Morgan Chase, then other firms owned by Steve Geppi could be sold, namely Rosebud Entertainment, Renegade Games, whatever the hell those are. And if that were still not enough, the consignment group believes that Steve Geppi had a personal guarantee to cover the shortfall. Whoops! JP Morgan Chase does not get repaid from the sale of the primary assets, then they will pursue additional avenues, which include Steve Geppi personally. And this is what happens every time there's a Chapter 11. If you owe people money, you file for Chapter 11 so people can't come after you for their money while you try to figure out how to save your business. But generally it turns into a fire sale, and you try to get away without having to owe a bunch of people money. It seems that there is still, even at this late stage, plenty more to come out. Yeah, this is a shit show, and it's going to continue to be a shit show. I'm going to do everything I can to keep it from affecting you, my customers, and hopefully the other stores in the area will be doing the same. The big negative side to this is if the comic store people want to cover their end, because with Diamond going, so does the best ordering system we've had. God, that fucking burns my biscuits. Is now I am doing everything I can to make it easy for my people to order their books. And again, I say this every video. If you guys have any questions, just talk to me. I'll do everything I can to get your books. But it kind of forces the comic store manager to order extra product to cover all of our bases. The problem is the comic industry is not what it used to be. So we make up for that by being very, very discerning about what I order for the store. I'm playing with someone else's money here. And I know that the person who sees me working, okay, keeps a close eye on how much stuff is making it from the shelf to the boxes, okay, the back stock. And I pride myself on putting less than 20 books in there every month. I'm that fucking good. I have worked on this for 8 years, and I'm pretty damn good at it. If we get a brand new book that comes out, I'll order a 3 or 5 inventory for the store for the customers in case if no one's ordering it, but everybody knows it's coming out. I'd be very small about what if everybody's ordering, I might add a few more. But when number 1 comes out, everything is based on that number 1. And the FOC is actually allowed for that. So when number 1 comes out, I look at the number 2's FOC, and I look at the sales from number 1 on the shelf because it's been out for a week usually. And I go, well, it's not running off the shelf. I haven't heard anything about it on, no one's talking about the book. We'll back off. And then we back off on number 2. Same story, number 2, we back off on number 3. And generally my pattern for keeping inventory under control is I give 1 a shot, I'll give 2 a shot, 3 is your last strike, and if the sales aren't in the book aren't going, I cut it off. No more book. And at the very least, it gives my loyal customers who turn in pull lists and order books a chance to see the book before I make that decision. Because by the time you see number 1, you have the ability to order number 3 in your order books. So that method of ordering comics, because there's so many comics out there we could order. I mean, God, I think I order maybe half, not even half of what Marvel prints every damn month. But that form seems to work. And that's what we've been doing going forward. Now, what really got me horked off today is I'm a toy guy. If you don't know that about me, I like buying toys. Now, I'm not a psycho toy guy. I don't buy everything that hits the market, but I have things that I desire. I'm a G.I. Joe guy, so I want those Hasbro G.I. Joe classified figures because they're putting something behind that. And I try to do everything I can to save money because I don't get paid a lot for what I do. I don't get really paid anything because I'm a volunteer, but we won't talk about that. But through Diamond, we were getting our Hasbro stuff. So we were getting them Star Wars stuff. We were getting our G.I. Joe stuff. And I had a close group of friends, and you know who you are, who were also ordering the figures. And full disclosure, you guys ordering the figures, because I was not required to make a profit off of those. When I order those figures for my customers and I sell them at the exact retail that Walmart sells them at, we make maybe $5 or $6. The markup on action figures is absolute fucking shit. It is shit. Because by the time that order gets shipped to us and we pay for shipping from BFE, we basically break even on the figures if we sell them at retail. But there's a little bit of money in there, and I work it so that basically half my figure is paid for, so that I'm paying a better price for figures, and that allows me to collect. And that's the game. I do the work, I get the benefit. That's just how it is. But now that you and you and you and you and me have put in our orders for these figures, now it's just not showing up. And Diamond, whoever owns them, doesn't have fucking balls to say, yeah, we probably lost our Hasbro account because we're not paying anybody anything we owe them. And I'm like, I guarantee you Hasbro's cutting and running because they don't need fucking Diamond. They can go anywhere and sell their figures. So I just got the update because I'm a huge Empire Strikes Back fan. So I love G.I. Joe and Star Wars, but that Star Wars focus is Empire Strikes Back and Hoth. And I had 2 cases of vintage Snowtroopers. I was so excited they put this figure back out because I need them for my walkers. I know, I'm crazy. It's fine. Had a case of AT-AT drivers. I had 2 cases of Snowtroopers. I had an Ahsoka bust on order. That's not Hasbro. But then I had I had a couple more things from Hasbro, and I just got the notification. These were things I ordered back in the end of 2024 and the beginning of this year. And it usually takes a few months for them to get those orders in early, and then they come out later. We're not getting that shit. They just notified me I'd had a bunch of my stuff canceled. And again, they're not going to tell me until the very last second that I'm not getting my product. So at this point, right now, at 7 o'clock on this Friday, August 8th, Diamond can suck a big fat dick. And I'm sick of them. And if we order anything from them, it's going to be independent books. If they still provide them that you guys order, there will be nothing from Diamond going on our shelf. And that's okay. Don't be alarmed. Everything that you buy is coming from somebody else anyway. It's the really small companies that are fighting with Diamond right now because they need their money to continue to operate. And I hope that they're able to go out there, and I hope these companies like Antarctic Press, especially, who was it? Oh my God, what was Michael Turner's company? Aspen? You know, basically he knew he was going to pass away someday. So he set everything up so that he would have some kind of, money generation for his family. His company is in trouble because Diamond was their light. That's where they went through. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. I hope, to quote, I love this quote. I use it a lot and I'm having trouble remembering it, but it was Ace Ventura. I hope Steve Jeppy dies of gonorrhea and rotten hell. Would you like a cookie, son? That's where I'm at. I hope Steve Jeppy gets several venereal diseases and he itches for the rest of his life. You little asshole. I wonder how much money you could raise to pay off these comic companies if you sold your fucking comic book museum, which is basically your personal collection of every high-dollar book ever known to man. First Batman, first Action Comics. Watch the old episodes of Comic Book Man, that Kevin Smith show. They actually go to his museum and tour it at one point, and it's fucking ridiculous. I bet if he sold all that, he could pay back these comic book companies. Again, guys, try to get your order books in on the 18th. All your comic book people. Remember, the earlier you get your order book into your local comic book store, the easier it is on your comic book guy. And believe me, the people that show up late, and you know who you are, I do my best to treat everybody fairly, but you're going on a list. No, I'm kidding. I'm not serious. I'm just joking. You guys are fine. I've had guys who I love come in. They bring their books in late. They understand. I understand. They're on a list, but that's okay. It's not a real list. It's just a fake one I keep in my head and I draw. No, it's fine. It's fine. You're fine. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. And if you like what I have to say or you know somebody that would, please like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way, when I take the time to make a video, you never miss it. Thanks very much.